Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today's video is something a little bit different. It's not something that I see done very often in the plant world, and that is a Christmas gift guide. You have a planty person, or you are a planty person, and you have friends or family who are not as planty as you are, like me, then it can be a bit hard for them or for you to kind of know what to get/give. I personally am at the stage in my collection where just going to Bunnings and picking a nice looking plant is kind of a waste of money, because I have a lot of plants, and the plants that I currently want and that are on my wish list are hard to come by, incredibly expensive, and just not something I'm going to ask someone else to get for me, especially someone who is not experienced in the plant communities. And yeah, that's just too much pressure for someone else, and I would rather do that myself. So today's video is not plants to get people, it is plant related items that you can get someone. But recently BuzzFeed came out with an article of 50 things to get the plant person in your life, and I thought, oh, well, if BuzzFeed's doing it, then maybe I don't need to, because it's already got all this stuff. But reading through it, I didn't want any of it. It was all, get them this pin, get them this pencil case with a plant on it, get them this shirt. And I thought, that's people getting me stuff for the sake of getting me stuff and not something with a purpose. Without further ado, let's get into the video. I have 10 ideas, suggestions for you if you want to put it on your wish list, or if you are looking for ideas to give the planty person in your life. Oi! Number 1 on my list to get someone is a watering indicator or a watering meter. You can get just, I think they start at like $11. A water meter at a place like Bunnings. They go up to more fancy varieties where they work out pH, temperature, all that sort of thing. But the one specifically I have in mind, and what is on my Christmas list this year, are actually the Susty watering meters. And if you don't know what they are live-in water meters. So they sit in your pot and they stay there, and they just have a little contraption that is blue when the plant is watered and does not need any new water, and it is white when it needs watering. And I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I'm really keen to give it a go. And they start at about $13 for the small one. The second thing I have on my list is a watering can. If, like me, the planty person in your life would rather spend more money on their plants than on their utensils, accessories, then they probably have the cheapest plastic, gets the job done, but, not super attractive watering can that they could find. A really nice, thoughtful idea would be to get them a nicer looking watering can. I had friends who asked for a watering can on their wedding gift list when they got married, and I thought that was a brilliant idea. So just elevate that game a little bit by getting them a watering can. Third on my list is not something you would probably buy a Secret Santa, but something for more, closer to you, good friends, family members, and it depends on your budget. But for people who are willing to splurge a little bit more, I suggest a weather station. The one I currently have my eye on is from the brand Eve. It tells you humidity, it tells you temperature. There are a few other things it can tell you as well, but I'm only concerned about temperature and humidity. And it actually connects to your smartphone, or at least it connects to the iPhone through that home app that I don't know about. But what's really important to me, and as I'm getting my greenhouse set up, what I'm really interested in is, while I'm at work, checking what's going on in my greenhouse, because I don't want anything to die while I'm away. And if I can duck home and, adjust something to fix the temperature or to fix the humidity levels, I would rather know that than come home at the end of the day to a whole lot of dead plants. But the Eve weather station you can find at JB Hi-Fi for about $130. Number 4 on my list of planty gift guides is a humidifier. Now, again, similar to, I guess, everything else on this list, there are cheaper options. You can get the little donut USB humidifiers for, $10, $20. You can get cuter little USB ones, like there's a few cactus humidifiers going around. Or you could move up to the more fancy ones. I know that outside of Australia, there's the Levoit humidifier. That's really popular in the plant world, but my understanding or my research, I couldn't find that brand or that make of humidifier in Australia. The go-to, from what I understand, for Australian plant people is the Boira hot cold dual humidifier. It's like a 6-litre tank. You set it to how much you want it to spit out at once and it just goes. And a very large number of people that I follow on Instagram have the Boira humidifier, but it is 190 Australian dollars from places like Harvey Norman. So depending again on your budget, they could start small with your donut humidifiers. That's what I started with. And now I've moved up to the Boira because I am getting more serious with my tropical plants, my high humidity plants, and trying to keep them in optimal condition. Number 5 on my list for gifts to get someone in your life is a funky pot. Now, I am quite a terracotta person at the moment. I paint mine white or just leave them. But every now and then I come across a really beautiful pot and I think I wouldn't mind having that, but I probably won't buy it for myself. So if someone else were to buy it for me. But some good places to find a funky pot would be Etsy. There's a lot of local makers going around. One of my favourite people is Gail CC. She makes a lot of really cute ceramics, and that includes a lot of really gorgeous animal pots. If you live in Brisbane, there is Mappins in West End-ish. They have a huge pot section, huge variety of pots. Online, there's places like Houseplant Hoarders. They have a really nice selection of pots. Or if a lot of ceramicists a lot of ceramicists also delve into pot varieties, so you can find someone whose style you like or someone whose style you think would best match the person you're looking to buy for, and you could buy them a cute little pot. Number 6 kind of ties in with that, and it is art, planty art. I've seen some really talented creators making some really, really beautiful plant art. For example, Eileen's Love is I love her Verrucosum print, and she recently came out with an Anthurium veitchii print. She does digital drawings and digital art, and you can buy that. She also does pins and key rings, and she's very talented. Another person I really like is Christina Kamennikova, or KBBF on Etsy. She does a lot of like hand-drawn little greenhouse pictures or plants in the New York skyline, or like really cute looking stuff. Or you could just go to Redbubble, get whatever print you want on whatever item you want. They need a new phone case? Get them a cool plant one. They recently got a laptop? Buy them a laptop sleeve with a cool plant picture on it. All their shirts have holes in them? Buy them a funky new shirt with plants on it. That is more personalizable, more easily personalized to their interests, their needs, their tastes. So Eileen's Love, KBBF, or just Etsy in general, and Redbubble. Number 7 and 8 are kind of very similar things, so I'll just do them together. And they are experiences or workshops. So you could, depending on the kind of person in your life, they might be a bit of an outdoorsy type. They might be really environmentally, socially conscious. You could go onto Redbubble, get them some sort of hiking tour. Or, for example, the Melbourne Royal Botanical Gardens has an Aboriginal heritage tour that you can pay for and book and go on. Workshops, there's heaps around. You can literally, what I did was I went to Google and I typed in plant workshop and so many came up. You've got things like your wreath making, you've got cocodema making, you've got how to propagate your plants, and you've got terrarium creating workshops. There's heaps. And Christmas time is a time when they really ramp up in preparation for the holidays. Granted, they are holiday themed, trees, wreaths, baubles, but could be a good idea to look into some of them. Number 9, second last, is a book. If you haven't seen my new series, Aroids, Plants in the Arum Family by Denny Brown, then that's a cool sort of thing. There's a lot of really educational books out there. There's a lot of really aesthetically beautiful books out there, depending on their interests. Some topics or interests could include plant care, plant styling, food, sustainability, medicinal plants, or you could get them like a really beautiful coffee table book of some kind. One that I really have my eye on at the moment and is on my personal Christmas list is Leslie Halleck's Gardening Under Lights. So it's looking at the light that you have in your indoor space, how you can enhance that with grow lights or placement and whatnot. So I think that's one that I really want. And finally, number 10 is the good old faithful, I'm panicking and don't know what else to get, or they are very fussy, they have everything, this is what I need to get them. Gift voucher. Places like Bunnings, especially if, they do things like make their own dirt mix, so you don't just buy them a bag of potting mix, you give them a Bunnings voucher. There's plants there, there's pots there. There's a very specific brand and type of spray paint that I use for my pots, and I'm not just going to send someone out to buy me spray paint. So a Bunnings gift voucher really comes in handy in situations like that. You could also get them a gift voucher to their local nursery or to one of the many online nurseries that are popping up these days. Ones of note in Australia are Houseplant Hoarders, you've got Home of Houseplants, you've got Maythorani, you've got Green Bean. But a gift voucher, you can't go wrong because then they can get exactly what they want. But it's more than just putting money in an envelope. It's going, I acknowledge you have passions. I want to share in those passions. I want to help fund your obsession. Here is an avenue to do so, which is really nice. So those were my 10 suggestions for gift ideas for the planty person in your life. Or you just want some good things to buy yourself. Here you go. Let me know if there's anything or plenty on your Christmas wish list or that you're planning on getting someone that I did not mention in this video. List them down below. Let's get a conversation started. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all next week in another video.